Tapi kapan pendaftarannya?
Ya, telah dibuka. Pendaftaran peserta didik baru SDIT, SMPIT, SMIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT Balikpapan untuk tahun ajaran 2022-2023. Daftarkan putra-putri Anda di SDIT, SMPIT, SMAIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT Balikpapan segera. Pendaftaran bisa dilakukan secara online di ppdb.istiqamahypaitb.sch.id, ppdb.istiqamahypaitb.sch.id. Untuk informasi lanjut bisa menghubungi panitia pendaftaran di pesawat telepon atau WhatsApp di nomor 0812 987 81997, 0812 987 81997. Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. Let's get scholarship for tahfiz and special achievement. Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. Excellent Quranic leader and entrepreneur. Imam Nawawi rahimahullah memiliki hasil karya yang banyak lagi bermanfaat dalam pembahasan yang beraneka ragam. Karya-karya beliau telah mendapatkan perhatian yang besar dari para ulama, sehingga mereka mempelajari, mengambil faedah, dan menukil dari karya-karya beliau. Di antara karya-karyanya yang paling bermanfaat dan tersebar di seluruh dunia adalah kitab Riyadhus Shalihin yang isi kandungannya memuat bimbingan yang dapat menata dan menjaga jiwa serta melahirkan satu kekuatan yang besar untuk berhias dengan ibadah dan mengantar kita kepada kebahagiaan dan kebaikan. Ikuti kajian kitab Riyadhus Shalihin bersama Ustadz Haji Muhammad Sim'an di program Ngaji Kitab setiap hari Selasa pekan pertama dan ketiga pukul 13 sampai dengan 14 waktu Indonesia Tengah, cuma di radio kesayangan Anda, Voice FM, #1 Islamic Edubusiness Radio. Al-Quran bagi umat muslim merupakan pedoman hidup karena di dalamnya terdapat segala sumber hukum, hikmah, dan petunjuk yang senantiasa kita laksanakan dalam kehidupan. Al-Quran memiliki keistimewaan, begitu pula bagi yang mempelajari Al-Quran, serta kemuliaan bagi yang mengamalkan dan mengajarkan.
Ketika ada huruf nun tasdid dimanapun itu atau mim tasdid ya, baik di tengah ayat atau di akhir ayat, maka cara membacanya adalah dengan menekan lama, yang mana dengung di sini suara yang dikeluarkan dari pangkal hidung, ya, pangkal hidung.
Nah, bimbingan belajar Al-Quran.
Misalnya contoh lahum misqala dzarr, lahum misalnya kayak gitu. Lahum min sukun, kemudian bertemu dengan mim berharokat.
Ikuti program bimbingan belajar Al-Quran persembahan Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan bersama Ustadz Muhammad Shalihin setiap hari Senin pukul 13 sampai dengan pukul 14 waktu Indonesia Tengah. Bimbingan belajar Al-Quran cuma di 103.7 Voice FM, #1 Islamic Edubusiness Radio. Morning,
Morning.
morning,
Morning.
morning Balikpapan. Dengerin terus Morning Balikpapan dari Senin sampai Jumat jam 8 pagi sampai dengan jam 10 cuma di #1 Islamic Edubusiness Radio 103.7 Voice FM. Rise and shine.
103.7 Voice FM. Anda tengah mendengarkan Voice FM, #1 Islamic Edubusiness Radio. Bicara tentang agama dan tuntunannya, pendidikan dan aspek-aspek penunjangnya, inspirasi usaha yang sesuai dengan syariah. Semuanya bermuara pada insan beriman, bertakwa, berakhlak mulia, cerdas dan kuat. Mari berdaya, berjaya bersama Voice FM. Number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio. Number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio. Number 1 Islamic Edu Voice FM
103.7 Voice FM. Now you're back again in Brainy Action. Keep listening 103.7 Voice FM.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Live on air from the Garden of Knowledge and Virtue, 103.7 Voice FM, number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'du. Hello sahabat Voice, how are you today? I hope all of you tuning in today are doing good. I hope your activities today run well. Inshallah, this program will make your day brighter. Sahabat Voice, now you are listening to Brainy Action, the program that is presented by SMPIT Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan, and with me, Nina, on Wednesday, January 12, 2022, or coincide in 9th Jumadil Akhir, 1443 Hijriah. Our school is located at Jalan Syarifuddin Yos, Kelurahan Gunung Bahagia, Kecamatan Balikpapan Selatan. Listeners, like normally, we will accompany you in this fine afternoon. And also, I have guests here with me in the studio. Both of them are friends of mine, students of SMPIT Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. Guys, introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Acha.
And hi, I'm Inaya.
Okay, how are you guys feeling today?
I'm actually feeling great, thank you.
I'm doing fine as well, thank you. And how about you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Sahabat Voice, aside from listening to us in 103.7 Voice FM, you can also watch us on YouTube at Istiqamah YPAIT's channel. Now, we are streaming on YouTube, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Sahabat Voice, today we will discuss about a topic that's really interesting. We are going to talk about us, specifically the teenager aspect. A teenager or a teen is someone who is between the age of 13 and 19 years old. They are called teens because their age number ends with teen. It is also often associated with adolescence. The World Health Organization defines an adolescent as any person between ages 10 and 19. Basically, it's the transitional phase of growth and development between childhood and adulthood. I think all of us here qualify as teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
So, I want to ask you both, what is it like being a teenager? What are, you, Acha?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I think it's pretty hard, especially since I don't get to experience a lot during my pre-teenage years because of quarantine. And I really would like to experience a lot of stuff that I would have probably experienced 2 years ago.
Well, if it's like that, then what do you think your teenage life would be like if the pandemic didn't occur?
I think I would have way much more experience on stuff I actually like doing, and I'd probably made way more friends than I have now, and I probably live a happier life. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand some. Okay, Inaya, what about you?
Well, I think being a teenager growing up in my society is comparably fun. I don't really have much trouble with anything besides the occasional academic pressure, and I'm thankful to have been born in a healthy environment despite this ongoing pandemic. And like Acha said, I think that if this pandemic didn't happen, then I would be happier and more able to actually explore my hobbies. But I don't think there's any use in pondering about what could have been.
I see. I relate to you too. I'm very thankful to have grown up in a very healthy environment, and like you both also, I would also have like probably a better life than this if the pandemic hadn't happened. So yeah, our teenage life has been really crazy, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
roller coaster.
it is.
I've also seen a lot of teens nowadays, because probably like bored in the pandemic, they've dyed their hair into crazy colorful colors, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of them.
I have to actually.
I think even my friends have dyed their hair as of right now.
Oh my god.
So, what do you guys think about that?
I personally think there's nothing wrong with that, especially like us that wear like hijabs. There's no one really to show it off to.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's not like, I mean, I do have like preference of people. Like I think that hair color don't look good on them,
Oh yeah.
but
Okay,
I don't
okay.
think it's something that is like generally wrong or anything.
Okay. What about you, Naya? What do you think?
Well, for me personally, I think that it's a good creativity outlet, and it isn't all bad to let
Right,
teenagers dye their hair. Minus probably like the bleach and all that dye ruining your scalp.
Oh yeah.
And like I personally have dyed my hair a few times before, and I honestly think that it's alright to dye your hair a few times as long as you don't do it too often, because it'll ruin your hair.
Oh, what color have you dyed your hair into?
I've done a few colors, like I've done pink before. I've done
Ooh.
pink and I've done blue. And I personally want to try something even crazier, like probably platinum blonde.
Wow,
Good for you.
that looks cool.
Thank you.
What about you, Acha? Have you ever dyed your hair before?
Nothing like crazy. Not like it's something wrong, but like probably some red on the edges.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I don't really dye my hair a lot.
Okay. So, about dyeing your hair, does it hurt?
In general, or like, well, I mean, the dye doesn't hurt, but the bleach kind of stings your scalp. When it gets
Yeah.
too close to your skin, it burns a bit.
See, I've never dyed my hair before, so I don't know anything about it.
You should try it sometimes, like
Okay.
just to get a change.
So I guess this is a trend, huh? Dyeing your hair.
It is, yeah.
So, has any other fashion trends affected your life as a teen?
Well, me, I think like my fashion sense raised my confidence slowly, and I feel more comfortable wearing clothes I feel confident in. I myself enjoy mixing and matching up clothes because it gives me a way to pour in my creativity and to make myself more confident as well, you know?
That's really cool. What about you, Acha?
I don't know. I personally have preferences of like clothes I like to see people in. Like, oh my god, they're wearing that thing. It's so cool and stuff. But I don't think I actually want to wear that. Like, I don't think I can pull it off.
Oh yeah, I know
And
that.
I
Yeah.
personally just take whatever there is in my closet and I kind of just mix and match it, make sure the color doesn't look weird. And yeah, as long as it's comfortable, because like I'm really sensitive, like my skin, like it gets itchy with like some types of clothings. So yeah, it's really hard for me to pick clothes.
Oh, okay. I relate very much to just picking clothes in my
Really?
closet.
And
I don't buy a lot of new clothes.
Yeah, me too.
So, how do you think you described your style?
For me, I think I'd go for like a more preppy, like academia style, like dark academia. I enjoy
Okay.
I enjoy wearing knitted vests and cardigans, and especially like button-up shirts. And
okay.
yeah, I usually wear those types of clothes.
What about you, Acha?
I don't think my like daily clothing fit into any style. Like
okay.
not that it's like unique or anything. It's just very basic.
It's just clothes in your
Yeah.
closet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we've talked about the pandemic, right? How it affected our teenage life. So, what do you think are some of the greatest problems teenagers face today?
I personally think, well, again, since because of the pandemic, we all spend probably most of our time inside.
Yeah.
Therefore, we probably spend most of our time online, right?
Yeah.
And though it's like easy to get entertainment from there, it's also really easy for like hates and a lot of other bad stuff to come to us. And I personally experienced a lot of horrible stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's just how the world is, I guess.
What about you, Inaya?
Well, I think I can relate a lot to what Acha said about like everything she said actually,
Yeah.
especially about the pandemic. As teenagers, we're not required actually. We need to get more social interaction so that we can like we can grow as people, and this pandemic really limits our ability to do so. And by doing that, it's like we're trapped in a box, and it's like we don't know where the way out is. And
Oh, I see.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like that. And I don't think I've got any pressing issues besides that and this whole pandemic. But something that's always been a problem for me growing up is probably like academic pressure and my own ambitions. Like, I'm not sure where I'll be in a few months, and that scares me. I think that for me personally, the biggest problem I've had is just being uncertain of my own future.
Oh my god.
I can relate to that, especially now that we're so close to graduating.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh my god.
To be honest with you guys, I'm so scared of high school.
I am too. I can relate.
I literally don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it is so scary to think about. And yeah, aside from the pandemic, is there anything else, Acha?
The greatest problems?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably it's like the problems that I try to avoid is like just me. You know, like a lot of my problems, like the negative side of my personality.
Oh.
Like I'm really quiet, and it might like I don't know. I feel like I'm always bothering people, even when I don't even talk about anything. Like I don't say a word, and I feel like I think I'm bothering them. And I think it's because of this whole time, like 2 years of being with myself and myself only.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
I've been trying to fix that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you said social media was like bad because and then so how does the media affect our thinking patterns today?
Again, goes back to myself. Like, I saw a lot of cool people in the social media, and I just think, can I ever be like that? And then every time I go outside, I just start judging people by their looks. Not like judging, observing.
Oh yeah.
And then like they're much better than me. But then I start to look at myself like I guess I have some good sides too, and start appreciating myself.
Oh yeah, that's good. What about you, Naya?
For me, I think like social media hasn't really been affecting me too much, I think, and I feel like that's a good thing, that this pandemic has been going on for a while now, and I haven't been too affected by social media. Like, probably just the occasional skirmishes with my friends, or like people just being weird on social media, but like I don't think it's affected me too much actually. But like the media we consume daily, like the way it affects a person, in my opinion, it differs from person to person based on the way they take in that media. Like, if you're smart in filtering the media you consume and you've got strong principles, then I don't think it would be too much of a problem actually. But on the contrary, if you don't sift through it well, then usually there's more harm done than good.
Oh yeah, you're right. So, Sahabat Voice, we would like to always remind you, all Brainy Action listeners, Voice FM number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio is not only available on your analog radio, but we also are available on YouTube. You can watch our activities in the studio at Istiqamah YPAIT channel and Voice FM BPN channel. Also, if you want to know more about the programs on Voice FM, you can visit Voice FM official website at www.voicefmbpn.com. And for you Android users, now you can download Voice FM radio stream application on Google Play Store with keyword Voice FM 103.7. Don't go anywhere, Sahabat Voice. We'll be right back after this short break.
Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back in Brainy Action after this one.
You are listening Voice Radio.
Number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio. Have a good day.
Assalamualaikum, aku Nita Rosella, owner dari Rosella Boutique. Aku mau bilang, aku suka banget dengar Voice FM karena radio Voice FM ini satu-satunya di Balikpapan yang fokus pada bidang agama, bisnis, dan pendidikan. Terus aku juga suka banget kalau lagi nyetir dengerin Voice FM karena untuk kita yang suka hafalan ngaji, hafalan surah-surah itu bermanfaat banget ya sambil nyetir dengerin morotal dari Voice FM ini. Jadi kalian jangan lupa dengerin terus Voice FM setiap hari. Pokoknya sambil nyetir tuh paling enak banget dengerin Voice FM. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Voice FM number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, saya Lista Pritanti, Kepala Divisi Pendidikan YPAIT Balikpapan, mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Voice 103,7 FM yang telah membantu dalam pelayanan iklan kepada Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan, sehingga masyarakat Kota Balikpapan semakin mengenal kurikulum, kegiatan, dan fasilitas di Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. Alhamdulillah, kami pun bersyukur dan mengucapkan jazakumullah khair kepada Voice 103,7 FM atas kerjasama dan sinerginya mewadahi berkembangnya potensi broadcast dari asatid dan asatijah serta para siswa-siswi SDIT, SMPIT, SMAIT, Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan dalam beberapa program seperti bimbingan belajar Al-Quran, Riyadus Sholihin, EduTalk, Tea Time, ragam topik, putih abu-abu, dunia anak, storytelling, brainy action, dan teen voice. Mari bersama kami selalu mendengarkan Voice 103,7 FM. Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan, the excellent Quranic leader and entrepreneur school. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Voice FM number 1 Islamic Edu Business Radio.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. والزيتون وطور سينين هذا البلد الأمين قد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم رددناه أسفل سافلين الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Sadarkah kita saat ini telah terjadi kerusakan dan pencemaran lingkungan dan kehutanan yang sangat masif? Sebagian disebabkan oleh ulah kita sendiri. Untuk itu, kita harus bertanggung jawab dengan membiasakan gaya hidup mencintai lingkungan, tidak membuang sampah sembarangan, menanam pohon, dan memanfaatkan air hujan.
Pesan ini dipersembahkan oleh Voice FM.
Now it's time to Istiqamah News. Assalamualaikum, Anda sedang mendengarkan Istiqamah News, berita mengenai aktivitas dan prestasi SDIT, SMPIT, SMAIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT, Balikpapan Selatan. Let's get started. Istiqamah News kali ini datang dari SMPIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT, Balikpapan. Dari kegiatan Lokakarya ke-7 calon guru penggerak angkatan kedua, SMPIT Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan mengeluarkan sebuah program yang diberi nama Fokus atau Follow One Course Until Success. Program Fokus merupakan akronim dari Follow One Course Until Success yang bermakna fokus pada satu tujuan hingga berhasil. Fokus sendiri merupakan program gerakan literasi yang dilakukan secara konsisten yang siap dengan tantangan zaman. Program ini dirangkai dengan kegiatan lainnya seperti podcast literasi, menulis buku, dan webinar literasi kepemimpinan. Sekian Istiqamah News kali ini, sampai jumpa di Istiqamah News berikutnya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Istiqamah News, excellent Quranic leader and entrepreneur. Stay tune terus di 103.7 Voice FM.
Ayah, Bunda ceritain ya. Tadi waktu Bunda pengajian sama ibu-ibu, Bunda terenyuh ya.
Memang ada apa? Kok Bunda sampai baper gitu?
Iya, ya. Tadi Ustadz kita menyampaikan materi tentang kewajiban mendidik anak.
Terus yang bikin Bunda terenyuh apanya?
Jadi gini ya, Ustadz tadi cerita kasus beberapa anak-anak sekarang ini. Ya mungkin karena kurang penanaman akidah, akhlak, pemahaman agamanya lemah, sehingga banyak terjadi penyimpangan-penyimpangan perilaku. Pokoknya macem-macem deh.
Lalu apa saran beliau?
Beliau menyarankan agar anak-anak SD, SMP, dan SMA itu dimasukkan ke sekolah-sekolah Islam yang lingkungannya bagus, gurunya ramah, solih dan salihah, ngajinya bagus, dan pelajaran umumnya juga bagus. Ya termasuk bahasa Inggrisnya juga bagus.
Oh, kalau itu ayah sudah punya pilihan Bunda.
Oh ya? Sekolah apa ya?
Ya SDIT, SMPIT, SMAIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT, Balikpapan yang terletak di Jalan Kolonel Syarifuddin Yus, nomor 1, RT 41, Balikpapan Selatan.
Nah kalau itu Bunda setuju ya. Soalnya Bunda juga sering lewat daerah sana. Mantap deh. Tapi kapan pendaftarannya?
Ya, telah dibuka pendaftaran peserta didik baru SDIT, SMPIT, SMAIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT Balikpapan untuk tahun ajaran 2022-2023. Daftarkan putra-putri Anda di SDIT, SMPIT, SMAIT, Istiqamah, YPAIT Balikpapan segera. Pendaftaran bisa dilakukan secara online di ppdb.istiqamahypaitb.sch.id, ppdb.istiqamahypaitb.sch.id. Untuk informasi lanjut bisa menghubungi panitia pendaftaran di pesawat telepon atau WhatsApp di nomor 0812 987 81997. 0812 987 81997. Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. Let's get scholarship for tahfiz and special achievement. Sekolah Islam Terpadu Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. Excellent Quranic leader and entrepreneur.
Voice FM.
Anda tengah mendengarkan Voice FM, number one Islamic Edubusiness Radio.
Now you're back again in Brainy Action. Keep listening 103.7 Voice FM.
Voice FM, number one Islamic Edubusiness Radio. Back again in Brainy Action program presented by SMPIT Istiqamah YPAIT Balikpapan. And back with me, Nina, and also with our guests, Acha,
Hello.
and Inaya.
Hi.
With still our topic today is colorful teenagers. Okay, Sahabat Voice, once again I remind you to listen to Brainy Action every Wednesday at 4 to 5 p.m. and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Istiqamah YPAIT Biz channel. And let's continue our discussion today. So, we talked about how the media affects our thinking patterns of teenagers like us today.
Yeah.
So, do you think social media can be helpful for teenagers?
I
What about
think so.
you, Acha?
I think so. Well, because the main purpose of us having social media is, well, like, we download all of those apps to entertain ourselves, right? And
Yeah.
it's a good thing, you know, like it keeps yourself happy or like calm you down when you're feeling nervous or something. But the bad thing is just like those bad people often come to like our good range of content
Yeah.
and makes it toxic. So yeah,
It's
it's actually a helpful place. It's just the people sometimes are bad.
I see. So it's the people
Yeah.
that makes it bad for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I somewhat agree, of course. What about you, Inaya?
I actually share Acha's sentiment. I think that social media can be helpful, but you need to meet the right people for it to be helpful. Like, for example, on some social media platforms, like on open social media platforms, like, for example, Twitter or any other social media platform like that, you can find more friends to talk to, and that
I see.
and that makes you socialize more, even
yeah,
though it
actually.
is not in person, but at least it makes you socialize more.
Yeah.
But again, coming back to the point where Acha made, we need to be careful of who we talk to in social media, because not all people on social media are kind. And that's why I think that, to answer your question, I think that it's useful if you meet the right people, and that if you have the proper education on how to use social media safely.
Oh yeah, absolutely right.
What about you? What do you think?
Well, for me, I don't really have a lot of people. Like, I just focus on my closest friends, and social media for me is an outlet for me to express myself. I sometimes just rant and vent on my social media, on Instagram especially, and I actually do it a lot and in a huge amount. So yeah, it's actually really helpful for me to express myself.
Well, that's cool.
Well, that's nice.
So, what's the best thing about being a teenager for you guys?
For me personally, I think it's the fact that we're learning new things. Like, I mean, as we grow, we learn new things constantly, but there are some things that you learn as a teenager that you don't learn anywhere else.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
okay.
there are also experiences that you get that you can only get as a teenager, that you won't find anywhere else in the stages of your life, and I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
What about you, Acha?
Yeah, like what she said last. It is like just like the right age for us to do a lot of stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah, I
we can
agree,
do a lot of
agree.
stuff that we can't do when we're kids, and what we will not be able to do when we're an adult. Like, we won't have as much free time as we will have once we're working as an adult, but we can actually go out and have fun with friends more than we can when we were a kid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right. I agree. So, we all have our struggles and our ups. What is the best advice you could give to a teenager growing up in this millennial era? You, Acha?
Okay. It's something I need to take myself.
Okay.
I guess, like, a lot of stuff doesn't matter that much as you think it is. So probably don't overthink those.
That's great advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
You, Naya?
I think I actually agree with Acha on this one, because I need to take her advice as well for myself. And like, an additional piece of advice is that it's important that you enjoy yourself to the fullest and do the things that you want. So long as you don't abandon your studies, like, you have to learn to prioritize your necessities correctly, and you'll be fine. Also, like, make sure to take care of your health, both mentally and physically. Like, I think that's the best advice I can give for now.
Right.
Do you have an advice?
Well, I'm just gonna add up on what you both said.
Okay.
Like, don't overthink. Like you just said, like, and in the last segment, we're all obviously scared of the future. We don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
But my advice is don't overthink it. It won't come and hit you like a truck. It'll
Okay.
come like steps. Day by day, you'll understand more the stuff you're going to.
It will be a process.
Yeah. So don't worry. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, again, about teenagers. We are all teenagers. So
Yeah.
how would you describe yourself, a teenager, in one word?
One word?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like messy?
Oh, okay.
I am pretty messy. My mom would agree to that. My mom's listening, I think. Oh no. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Acha's mom.
Hi, Acha's mom.
What about you, Naya?
I think I'll have to give like some thought to this one, because I've never really pondered on this subject, but I think the word that applies to me the most is like uncoordinated.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because like, I don't, even when I make a schedule, I don't do things by my schedule. I do it when I want to, and that's a really bad habit. I know I should fix this, and my mom is probably watching this as well. And yeah, I think she would agree to that as well.
Okay.
Like, how about you? How would you describe yourself in one word? Like,
One word.
your teenage years.
I don't really know, but I'll say this: learners, I guess.
Learners?
That's
Yeah,
really
We're
admirable.
constantly learning.
Yeah, that makes
everything
sense.
New every day to prepare for our adulthood and our next stages in life. Of course.
Yeah.
So like you said, we're gonna be learning constantly, like throughout our lives. Is there like something you want to learn as a teen before like you
Hit adulthood.
yeah before you hit adulthood?
I don't really know, but maybe how to like get a job or like family Like stuff like that, like adult things, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What about you guys? What's your preparation in being an adult? Acha?
Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I don't really do this on purpose, but I saw a lot of videos on like social media about like how to get accepted in a job apply, and I actually listened to those videos throughout the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'll keep that in mind, and then next day I just forget about it. But I think it'll be pretty useful. I hope. I don't know.
Okay. What about you, Inaya?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've been making too many preparations in becoming an adult because, like, I myself focus, like, I overthink about the future a lot, but it's mostly about the near future. Like, for example, like thinking about which high school I'll go to and what I'll do when I graduate middle school. So, like, I don't think I've given much thought into that, but, well, the best preparation I can do before I become an adult is probably just study hard and then get into a good school and then get a good job and have a family and that everything.
Do you feel like that there are lots of differences with being in childhood and teenhood? You know?
Yes.
Well, I guess so. There are a lot of things in our teenage years that we aren't able to do as a kid, as like a literal child. But you can also like flip it around, and there are a lot of things in our childhood that we'll definitely miss as teenagers, and I'm sure that both of you can relate to that as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of stuff we can do as a child, but we can't now.
And like sometimes it makes me miss being a child, and that I sometimes I wish that I wouldn't grow up anymore because it's scary being an adult.
Yeah, it's scary just to think about it.
Oh, okay. So, adulthood. What do you think if there are adults with childish character or a teen in a mature character? You, Acha?
I actually found this on, like, I read this somewhere. Turns out, like, if an adult is acting childish, it's because when they were young, they acted too mature. So, kids that are forced to be mature, to, like, cope on a lot of topics that are supposed to be for adults or people way older than their age, tend to be childish when they're an adult. That's probably why.
Okay.
And it makes a lot of sense for me.
Oh, yeah, okay, I understand. You, Naya?
Well, actually, like, I don't really dwell on this topic a lot, but I don't mind, actually, like, being childish when you're an adult isn't wrong, and it's actually, like, admirable because you're still able to get in contact with your inner child even when you're an adult, and I think that's a good thing. And if you categorize yourself as a mature teen, then that's great, actually. That's really cool, and that you're able to handle things maturely, and that it's really cool.
Yeah, I get the idea.
Okay, childhood, adulthood. Let's just focus on being a teenager, okay, and getting through this. Now, I have a quote here prepared, but I want to ask you two first. Do you have a quote for our listeners today, Acha?
I got one just recently. It's to not take criticisms from people you won't take advice from. And that really did a lot of difference in me.
Oh yeah, okay. I understand. What about you, Naya?
I think it's like, ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. And that's like that's a mentality I want to put on myself.
Oh, that's great of you. That's very inspiring.
Thank you.
So, Here's a quote I have. Take advantage of 5 before 5. Your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your busyness, and your life before your death. This is a hadith from Prophet Muhammad.
Wow.
Okay, sahabat
Those
voice. An hour has gone by really quickly. I don't even think it was an hour. Okay. Sahabat voice. It is so sad, but we have to say goodbye now because time is done. But don't forget to listen to BRAINY Action Program every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. Only in our radio station 103.7 Voice FM, #1 Islamic Edu Business Radio. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Istiqamah YPAIT channel. I apologize on behalf of all of us if we made any mistakes today during our broadcast. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bicara tentang agama dan tuntunannya, pendidikan dan aspek-aspek penunjangnya, inspirasi usaha yang sesuai dengan syariah. Semuanya bermuara pada insan beriman, bertakwa, berakhlak mulia, cerdas dan kuat. Mari berdaya, berjaya bersama Voice FM. #1 Islamic Edu Business Radio, Voice FM.
Pernah satu waktu di awal-awal Islam, kaum kafir Quraisy, teman-teman sekalian, karena melihat banyak orang masuk Islam,